Carlos Diaz Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Forgive me, I'm sick. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack at. Bye, ya, bitch. Bye, ya, bitch. Bye, ya. As you can tell by today's thumbnail, we gonna get straight into it, right? What happens when the yard hits? These things are mandatory, man. These things happen for sure. I've been on plenty of yards, man, and they've hit, right? They've hit, and of course, motherfuckers like to act a certain way when the yards hit, right? So I'm gonna tell you a few little stories. We're gonna get straight into it now. Forgive me for I am sick, right? Um, got a little sick over the weekend. Too much Arby's. When you're getting way too much Arby's, Holmes, you never know what you're gonna get that comes with it. But in a menudo style and direct fashion, it is what the fuck it is, man. I ain't giving a fuck, man. We're gonna keep on pressing, man. Keep on pushing. So, anyways, trip out. As you can tell, I'm laying on my couch. I'm watching TV. It's a good ass movie. Some movie called Traffic or some shit. It's on Tubi, homes. I do the free shit. I don't do the cable. I ain't got that much money, right? I'm broker than Baby Joker. So trip out. When the yard hits, right? Uh, what happens? Well, let me tell you what happens. First of all, there's a whole bunch of happy dope fiends on the yard, right? Motherfuckers is happy as hell, right? And everybody knows. Not necessarily everybody knows who hit, but everybody's happy that the yard is now flooded or that there's something on the yard, right? And word goes around quick, and everybody's happy. Now, coming from a norteño background, we were not able to indulge back in the days, so we paid it no never mind, right? We only cared about if our group was on point or we were on deck, and that's all that mattered, and that was just for monetary gains or what was beneficial to our cause, what was beneficial to our people. But just watching it from the background, what I mean, taking a back seat on the bus and tripping out on it, right? I used to see the whole fucking yada explode. Everybody was happy. And these things happen for sure. There's waves, there's levels to this shit, right? The first level is everybody's all happy. The next is everybody's all fucking high, right? Everybody walks out to that yada, they're all fucking head down, head low, depending on what hit, right? There's different levels to this shit, but they're all fucking happy. They're all sparked, and they're all, it's okay. I'm all fucked up. Yeah, I can tell, Humps, right? Just looking at you. I mean, you don't pose a threat to nobody. Gracias, right? That's one less vato we have to worry about. His fucking pants are around his ankles and over there with his dick is in the dirt, right? Um, but then what starts happening is hating, envy. Such is life. Vatos will start to hate on the man that's getting that hits. There's a lot of politicking that becomes prevalent. There's a lot of politicking that starts to happen. Vatos. Some vatos will protect the one that's hitting because okay, that's the connectivo. That's the connection, right? And then there's a lot of people that want what he got. That's how it is in life. If you're out there balling, if you're out there getting that bag, if you're out there the one, what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Motherfuckers is going to be on you, bro. They want their issue as well, right? Separates theirs from yours, right off the top. And that's what I've noticed on these yardas, doing time, is that everybody, at first they're all happy. And then eventually over time, man, it becomes a hate thing. Now, when I was on this one yard, there was a homeboy that was hitting. We were gym living. It was a 3 yard. We were all in the gym, and he was hitting, I'd say every other week. He was hitting for quite an extensive amount. How he was doing it, I'm not going to say, but let's just say he was on point. And everybody knew exactly who the man was. I mean, you can't hide it, bro. You can't hide it. You can only have so many fucking TVs and so much canteen. You can only rent so much lockers out, right? Before it starts to become noticeable. So everybody knows this was the man. Um, Now, what I started to notice was people were plotting and planning, right? He got approached by several individuals on several different occasions on some extortion shit. Basically, like, hey, you're gonna kick in or get kicked in. And the funny part of that was it was his own people. This was a white guy, sprinkle him in, right? You know what I mean? His own people were on him. Not only was he going to kick in for the house or however they do their business, that's their business, right? But they wanted more. They wanted their whole issue, right? So I watched him um, get approached on several different occasions, right? It was none of my business, so of course I never had conversations with this man. I could care less. But one thing I did notice was that his own people were pressing him. They were pressing him indubitably. They were pressing him hard, right? And so I remember talking to a few of the homeboys. It was like, hey, trip out. It might there might be some civil war around this motherfucking camp, right? It might go down in the white faction between the camaradas that guy had. He had a few homeboys that he used to kick it with, and the rest of the woods, right? Um, of course, it never went down. Never got a chance to go down. I could see that they were about to make their move. It was boiling over. There was whispers in that gym that someone was going to get booked. There was whispers that someone was going to get all their shit taken. And I pretty much figured out it was going to be that individual. And it was for no other reason than hate. He hadn't done anything to anyone. He was kicking into all his homeboys. All his homeboys were on point. They were all on deck. They were all high. Um, but again, man, that none of that matters when you're in prison. Everybody wants to be the big dog, right? Everybody wants to be uh, the motherfucking the top of the mountain, top of the food chain, right? They don't understand what comes with that, the grief that comes with that. When there's a lot on your plate, how much you better eat everything that you're served, right? And a lot of people don't understand that they're mañosos. They want more and more and more until they can't handle no more, right? And then that's on you. Spence on la tira. I'm fucking sick today. For those of you that don't know, again. So, anyways, what had happened was it was about to go down, and we could tell from the outside looking in it was about to go down. So, of course, we were on point. We were watching the white boys, man. The Southsiders were, I think, doing the same exact thing. They pretty much knew what time it was. And of course, the separation in the gym it was hard to be separated. It wasn't like a regular building where, you had your different sides of the day room. Of course, there was different tables, different TVs. So, yeah, we did split it up. But I mean, you slept where you slept, so you could sleep fucking. You could be you and fucking 10 white guys around you, or 10 Southsiders around you, or 10 North Daniels around you, just depending on upon who you are, right? And that was what it was. It was all a respect thing, and if it was going down, it would have been went down. It was very, very respectful. That's one thing I can say about gym living was no one tripped like that. Like if they were gonna get off, motherfuckers just got off, and that's what it was. So no one gonna fucking book you while you were sleeping unless it was a PC move or what I mean, you were done really fucked. I told a story, man, where the Southsiders got off on the brothers, man, while they were sleeping, and that was because that was a big, it was a big deal, big issue. Vatos will move on you how they move on you, but for the most part, that wasn't gonna happen. It was more of a head up till you're fed up. Now that's hard type shit. So, anyways, I could tell that they're about to book this dude and get him off the yarda. And what happens is his old lady gets busted, right? Doing some things out there, and then she starts telling on him, and they do a little sting operation. Eventually, within that same week, man, he gets cracked. Now you say to yourself, "Damn, that's fucked up." He got cracked, but I mean, yeah, he probably caught a little bit more time. But little did they know, man, that he was about to fucking have no more time left, right? They were just about to get him when that shit went down. So it was an icky, sticky situation on his part, um, and all for nothing, all because this individual, man, was hitting on this yard. Now I seen other situations. There was this one guy. He was a Native American, right? And I don't know the Native Americans' money situation, but one thing I do know about the Native Americans, man, is they be having bread, right? They be having bread. Not all of them, but some of them be having bread. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's they get a check every month, but this particular guy was having bread, right? Too much to spend. So anything that hit on that yard, he wanted it all. He'd buy it all, and people started to get upset with that because he kind of had it sold, right? And of course, man, if you're the man that's hitting, your best bet is to get it off fast. You know what I mean? If it could go from fucking boom, you got it, to you don't got it anymore, but money, you know what I mean? And how the money is distributed, that's not for me to speak on, let's just say that this Vato was getting his money, whoever was bringing it in, but this Vato was buying everything, right? People got upset with that. People got upset with that because he wasn't giving anyone a chance to indulge in the reindeer games, right? So eventually he got meta-flighted out of there. And that's exactly what happened. And that was because he wasn't giving anyone else a chance to fucking get high. One thing about prison is drugs are a commodity in there. There's something that a lot of people like, because it gets their mind off their current situation. You know, it's just like the streets. People do it for whatever reasons they do it for. They do it because they have a bad family life, or they just gave up. They don't give a fuck, or whatever the case may be. Whatever the reason behind it, I don't know. I don't indulge, right? So I don't get down. But in prison, man, it's more of a, they just want to forget. They want to forget where they're at. They want to forget, what they're going through, the emotions they're going through. Especially a lot of lifers, man. Especially a lot of lifers that are going through it, that have no hope, or their life is in there, man. They're gonna live by their rules, and they're gonna do what they does, cuz, right? On pa, whoa, right? They're gonna do what they do. I mean, that's just the way it is. But it's a cold situation. How individuals on the yard, man, are so cutthroatish. That if someone hits, you would think that they'd be happy and everybody would be like, yeah, cool. And they are, like I said initially, that's the first stage. But after that, man, it quickly slides over to envy and hate, man. And I've seen motherfuckers sliced, booked, uh, strangled, bad things, over the almighty fucking dollar and the next R, right? The next hit off the R. And that's just straight up, man. That's prison. That's prison. I've seen it on the streets. It's the same thing on the streets. Prison just on a smaller scale, but a more deadly scale. See, on the streets you can run. You can get out the situation, Holmes. You can back up. You can hit a U-turn. Rotters can be like, fuck this. It's bad over here, right? In prison, you don't get that chance, that opportunity. They just book you and take everything you have, you know what I mean? And then move on to the next light. There's always going to be another yarda. There's always going to be another child movement. There's always going to be another fucking visita, right? And that's just part of the game. So, yeah, it's just something I wanted to speak on. Again, forgive me on my current situation. I'm sick. Hopefully, I'll be back on deck mañana. But I just wanted to put a little something out there for the gente one time for your mind. You know what it is, shit, the gun be sick, let a motherfucker sometimes. It be like that. I'm telling you what I think is because I went to the club the other day. I went to the club. Man, I be hitting this spot with with the deaf. I told the story the other day. It was in Concord. And then we wiggled out to Oakland to go visit the homo. We ended up hitting this fucking club, man, over there in Frisco. The boy that brought something back with him. And it wasn't the deaf bitch. I'm going to tell you that much. I left her ass where I found her at. You know what I mean? She be trying to call me and shit, but I don't, you know what I mean? I don't understand what she be talking about. She be like, I be like, yeah, I'm fine. Nah, bitch, I don't want to my moan right now. I don't feel good. You know what I mean? Anyways, just wanted to speak on that. Just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. Yeah, the gun's sick, man, but I'm still going to fucking process this and do what I does, because I have to. With that being said, man, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia. Do yours, man. I'm going to try to do mine, right? I'm going to take me a little motherfucking nappy nap. Hopefully I can get back on the mappy map, man. That's just what it is. With that being said, go out there and get it, gente. Shit, I can't today, but I'll be back mañana. Best believe that, right? With that being said, man, please hit that thumbs up if you like this. If not, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Coming together as one, black and brown united, Hey, we don't even like you, gun. It's all right. I like myself. Bang, bang.